Namaskar my friends, and today I'm back here with another action figure review, and today we are taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Collector Edition DC Multiverse Wonder Woman from the storyline Who is Wonder Woman? So this is basically the collector's edition Wonder Woman, and this is my first ever collector edition. So I've never owned a McFarlane Toys collector edition before, so here we are. So this is the front of the packaging, this is the side of the packaging, this is the art that was basically used as an inspiration for this figure, this is the other side of the packaging, and this is the top of the packaging, this is the bottom of the packaging. So that's all that we have for the packaging. Now let us first have a look at the accessories. So before we take a look at the figure, let's first have a look at the accessories, and she comes with quite a few accessories. For starters, she actually comes with the shield, and that looks pretty good. Nice sculpting going on there. Let's just zoom in on a little bit, and as you can see, some very nice sculpted details going on right there. This I think looks like molded plastic, or I think this is painted probably. But this is molded plastic. That looks pretty good, very nice. And of course, you know, she can hold it using these straps. I just wish these were colored, but these are not painted, these are not colored. So yeah, that looks pretty good. She also comes with her trusty sword, and once again very nice details right there on the hilt. Very nice. Nice silver plastic here for the blade. Looks pretty good. She also comes with an axe, and that looks pretty good. Again, nice sculpted details here as well. Nice details here on the handle. Very cool. Very nice. She also comes with this lasso of truth, and if you're thinking that is this all wired, no, it's not. It's just a string basically. So yeah, I mean, you can pose around with this, try and make best use of it. You can. So yeah, there's lasso of truth. It also comes with a lot of hands right here. We do get a fist for the right hand. That's pretty good. We also get a trigger finger hand for the left hand, and I wonder why for the left arm. That's kind of weird. We also get some open palm hands here, very expressive, for the left arm, and we also get same for the right arm as well. So there we go. So yeah, so those are the accessories, and she also comes with another thing. She also comes with this card as well. This is the card, and just zoom out a little bit. If you want, you can actually read it. There you go, you can pause it and read it. And this is the card basically. Same artwork from the back of the box. And she comes with this card holder. Now, I have a couple of things to say about this. So yeah, this is the card holder. Why? What is this? Why is it included? Yes, it's a card holder, but why do we need it? I don't understand something. Why does McFarlane give us this stand with the collector editions? Does that make the collector edition, the collector edition? Why? Why do we need this? We don't need this. We're basically supposed to just put the card inside of that. And that's it. Why? He's charging us $30 and you're giving us a card stand. Why even include this? Include some other accessory, maybe another head with a screaming expression, with an aggressive expression. I don't get it. Why is this even here? Why do we need this? God, I really don't see the use for this. Why? Anyway, so this is an absolute waste. But now let's have a look at the figure. And here is Wonder Woman in all her glory. And first impressions, yeah, she looks very good. She really does. Once you get her out of the package, she looks quite impressive. Then once you take a closer look, you slowly begin to understand that everything is not perfect on this figure. It never is with McFarlane Toys, and I'll get to those in just a minute. But overall, I think she has been sculpted quite well. Her armor, attire, whatever you call it, that looks pretty good. Nice sculpted details here as well. Very, very nice. And overall, the paint looks pretty good. Pretty clean for the most part. Pretty clean. And I like the sort of red in between the gold. That kind of adds a little more depth. That looks pretty cool. The tiara also looks pretty good. Very, very nice. The hair sculpting looks pretty good overall. And I think there is this very subtle blue wash to it, and I'm sort of getting this blue wash. Very subtle. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm getting some shades of blue on the hair. Looks pretty good. The gauntlets have been sculpted pretty well. Quite like the way those look. The boots are also quite good, although I do have an issue with the ball joint ankles. The musculature on the leg also looks pretty good. You know, you can see some detail here of the muscles. Looks pretty good. Even the paint on the legs, the skin tone, I think they've got it pretty well done. That's pretty good. Yeah, overall I think this is a pretty good attempt by McFarlane Toys. Very nice. Now there are problems that we straight away see. So if I just zoom out a little bit, we can see that the legs are a little too long for the body. And McFarlane from time to time has done that. He has given us exaggerated legs and torsos, because in the comic book sometimes these characters are drawn with exaggerated limbs and bodies and all that. So yeah, it looks a little disproportionate, a little weird to say the least, but yeah, I like good proportions. I'm not a fan of that, but I like good proportions, and this is not completely proportionate as far as I'm concerned. Looks good on the shelf definitely, but yeah, not the best, not the best. And let's have a look at that face. The face is okay. It's okay. Yeah, sure, she looks good and all, but I would have, I don't know, preferred a little more expressive face, I suppose. A little more. Here she has got some sort of a neutral face, which is fine, but I would have preferred something with a little more expressions, and maybe the paint on the face could have been a bit better. The eyes kind of look a little overdone, I suppose. The paint looks a little thick on the eyes, but I think the paint on the face could have been a bit better. That would have complemented the sculpt quite a lot. But yeah, and of course she does have this hook on her belt for the lasso of truth. Put it on there. So yeah, overall it's a pretty decent attempt, like I said, but it does have its problems. Another problem that I have with this figure is the bicep swivel here. Now the thing is, this is kind of supposed to be more of a straight line, so that we get some room to sort of swivel the bicep. This cut is so deep that the bicep is almost non-functional. You understand? It's barely moving. And McFarlane has done this in some of their earlier figures as well. I don't know why they can't get this thing right. It's just simple engineering, and they have got it wrong here, and they've got it wrong in some of their other figures. So I don't quite understand why that is. Now these hands, they are actually a very hard plastic, and you'll have to heat it up to make sure they go soft, and only then you could probably have her use these weapons, because it's very difficult for her to hold them. Very difficult for us to actually basically get her to hold it, and I can actually give it a shot right now on camera, and see the grip, right? You see the grip right there, and you see the hilt. How on earth am I supposed to get her to hold it without putting in too much of pressure? So you see what's happening. You need to heat up that hand in order for her to hold the sword or any of her weapons, which is a bit of a bummer, which is very pissing off. Also, for the shield just slides on, but there are no storage for the weapons. And Wonder Woman actually comes with storage sometimes. She can actually store her weapon either on the side or on her, on her back. She doesn't have that. So that is something which is a bit of a bother as far as I'm concerned, and it's very annoying that we don't get that here, and we should have. So now let us get to the articulation. So as far as the articulation is concerned, because of the hair, she can barely look up. It kind of limits the range right there. She does look down a little bit, and she does go side to side, which is pretty good. I quite like that. The hair is a softer material, but still kind of limits her from looking up. Shoulders do go up to the side quite a lot. In fact, both the shoulders do. The bicep swivel does not work. Like I said, the bicep swivel just does not work. The engineering is all whack here, but we do get a very nice double jointed elbow, which is pretty good. We also get some good side to side movement on the wrists, and for this hand we actually get a vertical movement here on the wrist. And these butterfly joints are okay. They kind of work. Not too much of range, but they kind of work, so you can sort of make some use of it. Here's another problem. She should have had a cut right under her chest, under her bosom. She should have. It would have been easier for us to, articulate. She could have gone on to the side. She could have crunched forward a little bit. Instead, they decided to give us a joint here. They did not want to break up the sculpt. Now, she does crunch back quite a bit. You can do some, flying pose maybe. I don't know. You could do that. But when it comes to crunching forward, now this piece right here, although this is softer material, this kind of digs into the torso. Yeah, she barely crunches forward. She doesn't even crunch forward. Why? She should be able to crunch forward. She does not. Why? I don't get it. This is Wonder Woman we are talking about. Anyway, side to side, she does go side to side a little bit again. But a joint here, cut here would have actually made so much of sense. Certain creative decisions at McFarlane Toys, I still don't get it. I really don't. Anyway, she does kick forward, but when she does kick forward, her legs kind of go to the side because of the cut right here. Her legs do go back. There is barely any thigh swivel here. She has a very nice double jointed knee. Very good range, but the whole cavity here kind of breaks up the skull, and that looks very ugly. And I think they could have done that a lot better, I feel. We do get a foot swivel here, and this is for both feet. The ankles do go up. They do go back. So very nice range on the ankles. And of course she does have a pretty decent ankle pivot. And she also has a toe hinge. Now, Wonder Woman is a character who can pretty much fight gods and monsters and humans, right? She has done that n number of times in the comics, and she is somebody who is very agile. At the same time, she can play the power game as well. So she should be able to do all those poses that she does in the comics, and clearly this action figure does not help us achieve those poses because of the limited articulation, because of certain creative decisions they decided to take at McFarlane Toys where they screwed up certain sections of the articulation. And my question is why? Why does McFarlane Toys every time come up short on most occasions? Why? Anyway, let's move on to comparisons. And time for some comparisons, and this is how she looks with some of the other members of the Justice League from McFarlane Toys. And yeah, definite scaling issues right here. It's a bit of a disappointment that the scaling issues continue to happen at McFarlane Toys. And once again, I keep asking the same question: who on earth is making all these creative decisions? I have no idea. And here she is with some more members of the Justice League. Of course, we have the Rebirth Flash from McFarlane Toys. We also have the Injustice game Dr. Fate, Injustice 2 game Dr. Fate from McFarlane Toys, and we have the Hal Jordan from the 2-pack. And again, the scaling issues continue. And this is how she scales next to the McFarlane Toys Kingdom Come Batman on the left and the DC Direct Nightfall Batman
on the right of your screen, and that is how she scales with them. And this is how she scales with the only other two Wonder Woman that I have in my collection. We have the DC Direct or DC Collectibles New 52 Wonder Woman on the left of your screen, and we have the Alex Ross Wonder Woman again from DC Direct on your right, and that is how she scales with these two. And this is how she scales standing alongside the Marvel Legends PS4 Spider-Man. Here are my overall thoughts. Well, this could have been such a solid release from McFarlane Toys. Yes, she does look good on a shelf, she does look good when posed, well, at least with certain poses, but she could have been so much more. They have gone wrong with the aesthetics in certain places, they have also gone wrong with the articulation in a couple of places, and I don't understand why. McFarlane Toys have produced some really good figures over the last few years, and we had to wait 4 years to finally get a definitive Wonder Woman, and it's not as impressive as she's supposed to be. Am I happy to have her in the collection? Yes, of course. I'm very happy to add another Justice League member, a part of the Trinity to the collection from McFarlane Toys, but she could have been so much better. They could have done so much more with this release, and they could have probably, had they done all those things right, she could have probably been a contender for the figure of the year. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Should you get this figure? Well, sure, you can. But is she a must get? I would have to say, unfortunately, no, she's not. Well, with that being said, this brings us to the end of this review. If you like this review, then do give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe, and do let me know in the comments if you like her, hate her, can make do with her. Will she just be a placeholder in your collection till you find another better version of Wonder Woman? Do let me know all that in the comments. And of course, we'll have more Transformers reviews coming for you in the next few weeks as well, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, please take very good care of yourselves, please take very good care of your families, enjoy your collections, always remember, till all are one. Thank you so much for joining us today.